They're all set as they'll match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Here we go from Heinz Field as Chris Boswell tees it up and boots it away. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 44-yard line.
Mike, right there in the middle, 55. Let's go one more.
Now it's Wilson out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run, deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Wilson.
T.J. Watt.
And Wilson's going to go down. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And this is called.
What the fuck? Hell no.
Have this across midfield.
Wow.
Inside the 45. A big pickup there. 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
First down.
That's crazy.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
55.
Hey, eat. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bud Dupree able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
He'll find Ballore out of the backfield. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. And now a carry here for their fullback. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
Here's Carson.
No, I ran right fucking past him.
For the Seattle touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive.
Partner, I think we can all agree that that was a pretty darn good opening drive right there. And the key to it all, going for it on 4th down earlier in the drive. Set a tone for it. And the best part, they made it pay off.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. It's a 5-yard pickup that time on what will wind up being the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Silver. These two. Motion.
Roethlisberger will throw. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll run with Samuels. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
77. Mike's 50. Target.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on 4th.
Check tight. Jack 16. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. These two. Who that? Slam.
They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger.
What the fuck?
And my goodness, this is
Wow.
Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Oh, they ran right past the
35-31,
nigga.
I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected, but a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow
No, come undercut it.
to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. They didn't see that coming at all. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Wilson hit, it's loose, it's out, fumble, and it's picked up by the Steelers. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, the 20, and he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach. The offensive coordinator just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light red.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defense coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it. This is Connor, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A 3-yard touchdown run, and the Steelers have taken the lead. They were able to stop him at the line on 1st down, but this time he punches his way through.
And sometimes just because you're stopped on the first run, it doesn't mean the play call was bad or incorrect. You might just need better execution and just a tad more determination. And they got it done on the 2nd try.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Going to throw again. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6.
Losing, man.
Steeler touchdown.
Had me a little tense over here. Had to be quiet for a minute. Shit. Nigga was playing me with the type of defense he was playing me with. Fuck that. I got to leave now, motherfucker. 21-7, nigga. Defense, nigga. Use pick 6. Yeah, boy, I had me quiet for a minute to hear a rat piss on cotton over here.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that
Damn.
pick 6. And now the kick is away.
It's a tight over this
This will
motherfucker.
be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard
Tips it in the
line.
bitch over here, boy. Shit. I ain't hear nothing in my background over here.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, Wilson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. T.J. Watt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson.
Intercepted.
Incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down,
he dropped the perfect pick. I was going to take that back to the house, or they would have let me click on it.
You got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. To throw is Wilson.
What an interception!
Metcalf. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Steelers are going to take over.
How you know how to do that little trick play you just did, man? Tell me how to do that. If you tell me how to do that, I'll stop beating your ass.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Connor. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
I'm going to give you 10 seconds to score. 8 seconds. But if you tell me how to do that play you just did where you caught the ball and threw the ball back to your other player, I'll tell you how I'm beating your ass so bad. Well, I'm not whooping you bad, but I'm whooping your ass.
You take it.
And they didn't leave the other side with much time.
Oh, you gonna finally take a kneel in the end zone. You smart as hell that time for doing that. That was smart that particular time. That was smart of you to do that. I like that. I like that, though. I like that. You did that. I like that.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments.
T.J. Watt, you ran into that barbarian.
And we're going to get a timeout.
You ran into that barbarian.
With 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter.
You ran into that barbarian out there. Tried to scramble and shit. You got them barbarians on the outside, boy. You put your T.J. Watt, man.
And the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now.
And I ain't really did nothing on offense, bro. Oh, hey. Ah, man.
Onside kick attempt. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football.
Hey, how you call an audible and make my players get back into formation, like onside kick formation? Nigga, what the fuck kind of formation did you just come out in?
1st and 10 at their own 46. Roethlisberger will
Get
hand
up.
to Connor.
What? Stiff arm him.
At the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Again, a run with Connor. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Mike 5-4. 44. Here we go. Bravo.
Now Ben on 3rd and long.
Oh!
That is incomplete.
Oh! He knocked the dust off my boy out there. Bobby Wagner.
So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the kick's away.
Get out, get out, get out.
And this will depend
At
on
the 10.
as it sails out of
At the
bounds.
10.
They'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
At the 10.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
Oh, almost intercepted.
Football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Let me
Devin
get
Bush,
that.
the linebacker, was the one there in pass
Let
coverage.
me get
With
that.
Completion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year, Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year.
I know
And
it.
the
I
comeback
seen
player
it.
of the year, Charles Ryan Tannehill, no surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL
know.
gives out, the one that they give the
Don't worry
most,
about it.
credence isn't the right word, the most attention to, and the one that they want trumpeted the most. That's the Walter Payton Man of the Year, because that represents the totality of a player in the NFL, not just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais Campbell, the defensive tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a great award. Congratulations, Calais. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Check three, check three, check three. Time right.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mark Barrett in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Throwing is Wilson. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They'll wind up getting 8, but it's not enough. 4th down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Wilson now off the bootleg, eluding the pressure right. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Mark Barron, and it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw it right into it for an interception.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 24. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
You ain't outrunning Devin Bush, man.
It's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical.
Creative breathing space for me to talk shit, nigga.
You might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far,
man, I'm watching that.
Exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you've got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
I'm going to stay in this one formation. And if you can't beat this one little play formation, I'm going to stay in this formation the rest of the game.
They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Wilson to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. On 1st down, Connor. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. From 17 yards out.
I seen something you didn't see, obviously.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points. So then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he brings this one back. It's a pick.
That's the same formation I'm running on you. The same exact play. Same play, same formation. 5 interceptions. No, 4 interceptions, 1 fumble.
They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Seahawks take over.
Play to win. Let's go.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like
I'm there.
with defensive backs who get beat.
Man, I was there. Watch this shit. Look at this. I'm
Back out
there.
there doing the things that he does best and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some
It's
reason.
deep in there, right? It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, If you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him
Four
down.
sacks,
T.J.
Watt.
Watt. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Wilson over the middle and into the hands of his
Damn, why they ain't
receiver,
giving that to Mark Barron?
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
A 12-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Wilson gives to Procise on the delay.
I'm going to get a little head in on you, too.
That'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The offense staying out there. They're at 50%, 2 for 4 thus far in the game. What can they do here on 4th down?
Don't be scared of it.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's got his target. That's more. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Here's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger gonna throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
You a fucking bot. I threw you the fucking ball. You a sorry piece of shit.
This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Alert, alert! Hey, Echo!
Back to the air, Roethlisberger after the pick 6. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Well, he's going to go for it all. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
Sets up 4th down.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. He'll fire a desperation throw for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
6 tackles, 4 sacks.
It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and
I scored 24 points in the second quarter. Beat the brakes off you, man.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gordon.
And I have 47 passing yards and 61 rushing yards.
The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Heinz
Defensive
Field.
game, man.